What is up, guys? In today's video we have an inside the mind style video. I'm going to walk you through my thoughts and decisions as I play in Fortnite Zero Build. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below which of the current exotic weapons has been your favorite this season. I think mine is definitely the exotic OXR. Of the newer ones, probably the exotic Fury, but the exotic shockwave launcher is also very fun. I'll be going Demon Debris this game. The medallions obviously were vaulted over a week ago at this point, but I still think these boss locations are quite good landing spots. The amount of loot here is obviously very solid between like the hives and the nests, or the hives and the stashes, but also dealing with the queen will help you get to A tier really quickly, which is going to help us get into those bunkers and get the exotic weapons, and then the boons and stuff as well, and the guaranteed shockwaves from A tier. So I still really like Demon Debris. And it's one of my favorite locations to land at, even though the medallions aren't in the game currently for regular matches. And with that change, I feel like there's definitely less people that land here now, so it's a little easier to clear them. This guy just gave up, I guess. GG's. Like, lagged out. It's a little easier to clear them now. Like, it's not like you're guaranteed to be uncontested every single game, but compared to how it was at the start of the season, these spots have definitely been more chill. There's several people here, though. In addition to the free kill I got. There's a barrel I missed back there, but it is what it is. And when you're landing here, you can kind of get a feel for how many people are here based on like that top orange bar. That will go down anytime the stashes are open, and a lot of players will land on the stashes. And so if you see it like not moving at all, that's usually a sign there's no one else really here. But not guaranteed, you know, Fortnite players do have free will. This crown being over here, you would think would draw somebody to it. His B tier crate just landed there. See if he goes for it. I don't really know exactly where he is. That stuff over there was opened. Okay, there's shots over here. I think he's like in here. Okay, yeah, he is. I was gonna say I don't want to fight him while the hive is there, but I think he destroyed it, so I'm probably just gonna hop on him now while I'm fizz. Because we can make... I was gonna say I can make that fight really awkward for him by just like fizz jumping constantly and shooting him. Like having fizz going into a fight is really, really nice. And with the changes they made to like the mobility with the removal of shockwave launchers, I've kind of found myself carrying fizz just the majority of the time now. If I have the option. I don't know if there'd be anything in this B tier crate I would want. Pump, nice. It's open for a revolver, maybe. Here we go. I'm probably gonna take the mythic. Leave the slurp for my fizz. This is like a weird situation that's kind of like tilting with the season right now, is like I have 6 crash pads there, and then we get 2 shots. Oh, there's a guy on me. I wish I had time to pop fizz here. Such an awkward fight, all the bugs on him. But I was gonna say I have 2 shocks versus 6 crash pads, and I think the 6 crash pads are clearly better than 2 shockwaves, but it's one of those things where like if you don't take the 2 shocks at some point, like you'll never get more, you know? Like if I have the 2 shocks in my inventory and then I find another stack and now I have 4, like I'm happier to have that than the crash pads. And it's like difficult for me to try to explain what I was trying to explain while this guy just like awkwardly pistoled me. There we go, GG's. But yeah, I feel like if I was just playing the game, that would have been like a very easy fight. But I was like trying to explain what I was trying to explain about the mobility. And that made it rough. Where were my crash pads at? It was over here. Now we're gonna be later on getting to the bunkers and stuff. But anyways, that's why I was willing to take the 2 shocks over 6 crash pads, even though like on paper 6 crash pads are better than 2 shocks. It's just like the potential that I find more was enticing, especially since I was going to be going to this bunker anyways, which is like not necessarily a guaranteed chance of getting the shockwaves, but a pretty decent odds. There's one player shooting at me what I think is an AI, but there's definitely a real player behind me because they were in that roly-poly, and the AIs do not use those. And then try to open the bunker and then look back and see if that roly-poly is still chasing me. I hear a helicopter as well. And a fully charged shot from this bug blaster will actually like one-shot somebody out of the roly-poly, so if they try to pull up on me. I don't know why people go for this with the helicopter, where they just sit on the edge like that. Like, that's like one of the things this helicopter can do. Like, if you swap seats, it'll just hover for you. But just because it can do that, I don't think it makes it a good play. Like, I almost just destroyed that guy. And he shoots his rocket launcher at me, but it takes like 8 years for it to get here, so I missed. I'm terrible. Oh my gosh. That would have been a free kill if I did not miss my blaster shot, though. The fact that for some reason, if they're in the roly-poly, the bug blaster will one-shot them. I think it's because the bug blaster gets like bonus damage versus bugs or something. Like it does good damage to the bugs and the queen. I'm gonna go and shoot this down here. Do we mark them? Let me reload my pistol. Nice. That's like a hard fight for me to win too, because he has the definitive advantage in close range damage wise with the better rarity revolver and swapping, whereas I only have my revolver. But the fact that I was able to hit him with the 100-ish damage from my bug blaster as he pushed into me is like what won me that fight. How many shocks does he have? Full stack? Nice. But this is like why it was so problematic. I just got kind of griefed here because I was trying to be greedy for heals. This is why it's so problematic. I had to waste time fighting that John Wick, because if I had been to this bunker a little bit faster and just gotten in and out, we would have been fine. But because I got here kind of later, all these people are kind of showing up at the exact same time as me. I wanted to like save the fizz. I wanted to use the old fizz in a big pot and then carry the 100 fizz, but I ended up just using that 100 fizz because the other guy was pushing me. But now we can finally get out of here. That's why I'm like very concerned about trying to get to the A tier and get to the bunkers as fast as possible. Not only do you get first dibs on the loot, but you hopefully can get out before other people are even there, and then that just makes your life a lot easier, because fighting in those bunkers is not great. And you often just get like chain third-partied like that over and over again. And several of those fights could have gone either way. I want to kill the guy out of the roly-poly with the bug thing. I wasn't sure if he was going to like try to push me or not. No, someone hit him out of it. Maybe he got in the car. I'm confused. Okay. I think he got out of the roly-poly and got in his car. But it turns red like that when someone damages it. I don't know if he like damaged it on his own by like with the car or something. Fight just happened over here. He's quite weak. On a shockwave, it didn't throw. GG's, man. Then we get S tier. I think that's one that makes our guns more accurate. I want to check that body for more shockwaves. Doesn't seem like he had any. Oh no, he did. He did. Nice. Just one though. I think I've actually been down here this season, and they did disable all these hiding spots. There's like some sort of bug with it this season, so like you can't actually like teleport out of here like how you used to be able to with the dumpster and porta potty. I don't even know if this was a thing. I guess this goes into the OXR HQ. I've like not been down here at all this season. And these shops sell mobility. All the shop icons that you see around the map, they sell weapons, but also each of them has like a dedicated mobility slot. So if you are struggling to get mobility this season, like taking advantage of the shops is like your best bet. If I was like very low on shockwaves right now, I would definitely be like coming here to check this out. Data shocks. It can be either shockwaves or crash pads though. But either way, like either is certainly better than having no mobility at all, you know? New fizz here I can get. Try to hit the launch pad that's here and then look for more people. I feel so slow. Just as soon as I fizz pad, there's people on me. I don't think they're real though. Or I guess they are. They have a hired NPC. Or a flare gun. Not great timing. Let's see if this guy over chases me here. He's gonna scan again with the flare. Or the enemy did. The other guy, not the one that just SMG'd me. I don't think they're like heavy fighting yet. Under damage, I can push it. Wish I still had the fizz effect right now. I do not like fighting around these helicopters. If you're on controller, the aim assist pull, if you're like next to the helicopter, is so strong it just like makes you look down. Like worse than the bug nests and stuff. Somebody else on me. They probably pad to this top tower right there. Yeah. If they over peak, we can beam them and then shock onto them and pistol them. Volley play coming. Getting this insta kill would be nice. Okay, W. I was gonna say it's nice just for the free kill, but also like I'm not dealing with two people at once right now. Whereas if I miss that and that guy jumps out on me, like we're dealing with them and the guy that's up top there. I could fizz shock and bug them, but that's like more risky than what I would want to do. Kind of marked, so it's not on there anymore. Just shot the pistol a few times to see if they would like over peek, thinking that they're partying something. But they're just chilling. restopping off on the same thing that I already got. I like don't know this building too well. I don't know where he went, so I think I'm just gonna leave. I don't really see anything down there. Like enemy-wise. No movement or anything. Very large zone for 3 enemies, but that's really not that abnormal for Fortnite at this point in time. It's kind of the norm now, and has been for a while. I'm gonna land with my shockwaves out here because I feel like I'm landing in a weird spot. Be ready to shockwave immediately. There's another pad over by this water that I could just hit to look for people. There's a rift pod with the slurp juice. And I'm like pretty certain at least one of these enemies is real. Oftentimes in in-game there's just AI left that have just been like doing nothing on like a random corner of the map. But the player that was at the OXR HQ on the rooftops and stuff, they were definitely real. I think the regular pads are so pathetic now. You go nowhere. There's a pad place there, outside the POI. Several pads over here. What's up? I didn't take that much damage, but it just seems like another awkward fight. And like, if you're decent at the game, I feel like your biggest concern should just be avoiding awkward fights. Like that John Wick at the start of the game, he almost killed me, but as soon as like I reset, it was just like free, despite him having me one shot twice. But yeah, now we can really see like everything in this zone and try to find these people. I think that may have been the player from the OXR HQ that was on the building looking down on me. But I didn't get the greatest look at their skin earlier. But I think it could have been that skin. Battlehawk or whatever it's called. I doubt there's anybody on the snow mountains yet because that just opened up. Here's one guy. This is the last player. The other one died to storm as an AI. GG's, man. Not really much to that fight. Just had opening shots on him and kept pressure up. That was definitely an interesting game. I feel like the game was just decided by the bunker fights. Like whoever won those was probably going to win the game. But that is going to be it for this video. As always, if you guys did find this to be helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.